How to efficiently recycle all kinds of waste lead-acid batteries? Follow our camera and check the full processing procedure of the fully automatic lead-acid battery crushing and separation line. The raw lead-acid batteries are conveyed by a conveyor belt into the crusher. The crusher disassembles the lead-acid batteries. After breaking, the fragments will fall into the water because of their different densities. The density of lead is approximately 11.3 grams per cubic centimeter, while the density of plastic is about 0.9 to 1.5 gram per cubic centimeter. So the heavy lead particles will sink, while the plastic fragments will float on the water surface, separating them. The larger particles of the lead paste will be discharged from the bottom of the wet separator. This is the outlet for the installed connecting lead paste, and this is the separated crude lead paste. The finer lead paste will remain suspended in the water. These fine lead pastes are conveyed by the spiral feeder to the filter press. After passing through the filter screen, they are collected. This is the collected lead sludge. The other plastics will undergo secondary crushing through the conveying screw. In this crusher, the plastics are further finely crushed. After breaking, the plastic enters the plastic sorting system of the lead grid. By precisely controlling the flow rate and settling rate of the water, the materials are separated into 4 independent fractions according to their densities. The lead grid is discharged and collected from the outlet. This is the collected lead grid. Secondly, heavy plastics are recycled from the second outlet. This is the collected heavy plastic. The third exit diverts lightweight plastic. This is the collected light plastic. Finally, the lightest component, usually the partition and foam materials, is lifted off the water surface. Each type of output is collected separately. This maximizes the value of plastic waste and makes it easier to recycle it specifically. The water used in the sorting process is acidic and contains trace amounts of metal residues. To ensure environmental safety, chemical treatment is necessary. Allow the pollutants to settle and form sludge at the bottom of the water tank. During this stage, technicians conduct regular sampling and testing. Make sure that the particles inside are fully settled. Remove the sludge accumulated at the bottom. Perform filtration on the clarified water phase above. The treated water resources can be recycled. It is reused throughout the production line to achieve near-zero liquid discharge. For more technical specifications, customized layouts, or a plant visit, please contact our sales team. Among the fragmented products, lead paste, lead slime or mud, and lead grids undergo reduction smelting. Among them, materials such as lead paste, lead clay, and lead grids are used. It is transported via a conveyor belt to the furnace for firing until the lead melts into a liquid state. Then, the extracted molten lead alloy was poured into the mold. Through the track output. At this point, the workers will remove the other metals that are floating on the surface. Mechanically transfer the produced crude lead ingots to the adjacent area for cooling. Display of crude lead ingot finished products. At this point, crude lead ingots with a purity of 95-98 are obtained. Next comes the crude lead refining and ingot casting production line. Charge crude lead ingots obtained from crude lead smelting into the refining kettle. The crude lead ingots are melted into molten lead inside the refining kettle. The molten lead is then poured into strip-shaped casting molds, where workers remove residual impurities on the surface again. Machinery continuously sprays ice-cold water onto the bottom of castings to cool the molds. Afterwards, the conveyor belt rotates to eject finished lead strips out of the molds. Finished lead ingots pass through the coating machine and are stacked into complete piles. The final refined lead ingots can reach a purity of 99.985%.